They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Georgia Bulldogs. Taking on a team looking for its first win, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense working from the pistol. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Hands it off. Jukes his way for more. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Makes a move. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Dogs. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
He'll bring it out. It's Casey. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, is sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense. Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. There to make the stop, and he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Pressure coming, trying to get to it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. For jet sweep pass. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week, they did nothing. They got nothing going, looked really, really poor. This week, starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Getting set for first down. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. On the move at the 30. And he breaks into the open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Get it out on the screen. Across the 25, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And the offensive line and the quarterback has to do their job on screens. They got to sell. Pass down the field, pass down the field. Offensive line releases. Quarterback now snaps his eyes to the running back. The running back does the rest with the big boys out in front, creating a pass.
And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll put the tight end in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Fires to the right. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
14, Clemson, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Tiger.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. Start the drive here with first down to open this period. Power football with the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking for a man. It's Van Dyke. Moves away as he feels pressure. He'll let one go down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Leaves it with the running back. Finds a crease at the 20. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Motion from the offense. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Georgia.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Fast motion from the offense. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hasn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
Oh, the attempt is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't
He hurls one deep down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Got enough space. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Yeah, and way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly. Get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
And the Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wide out in motion. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he makes the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Kentucky may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take the dub away from Kroger Field every time. The Cats have been racking up road wins since the Bear Bryant days, and they'll get another one today. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I'd go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Corners are going to bail. They're setting up the screen. And that one looks great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, this defense is extremely disciplined. Right there, 1st down, screen pass. It doesn't fool them. Nice play.
Back to pass, it's Van Dyke. Fires to the middle. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going for the big play. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial.
Off he goes. He's at the 20. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tiger.
I'm a play caller nowadays, man. I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. It's a reverse. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake. They're looking for a deep man. And the pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Going up top on 1st down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Quarterback will keep it. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. The Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. To the air, it's Van Dyke. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but the sweet pull and catch is plenty to give him a 1st down.
That's an absolute strike right there, giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
They'll leave it with him. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On second down, he'll let it fly. Catch in the middle, it's Cavazos. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water balls, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
The Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt.
Will take over 1st and 10.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. Dropping back, it's Van Dyke. Safe completion on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on 3rd.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the right. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Going to the ground. Still running at the 40. The expressway is wide open. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
We didn't have to work very hard on that one. There was nobody in sight as he rips off a massive run.
Sort of a mark of excellence for any back is yards after contact. Well, yards before contact can be sort of a badge of honor for that O-line.
Yeah, let's give them some credit. They got tremendous push getting hats on hats. They made that easy.
The Tigers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Calls his own number. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. And they get him down.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
They'll run the sneak for it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Interesting decision here if you're the head coach. Just try to run it on 3rd down, no can do. You've got the touchdown lead, but you really could make a statement. You could really seize a lot of momentum here early in the second half. If you go for it and hit and lead by 14, that's a whole different ballgame.
When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking to throw, it's Van Dyke. He looks that one in nicely. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. Feeling some heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He's looking to throw it. Unloads it left. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. Hard-hitting tackle. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got him downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Trying play action. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Uncorks one. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Look, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games. And that guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still a play that sparks this team.
He wants to take the top off. Big gainer down to the 43.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but he lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish.
And he throws another interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The hand to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
Right back to the well. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after